2.
Hey everybody, welcome. We're adding a little lesson in between other lessons. We're recording this later on, so maybe I was wearing a tie in the last lesson, and maybe I'm going to be wearing a tie in the next lesson. But I remembered that I forgot to tell you about swap, interest, or rollover. These terms are synonymous with one another, and they are used interchangeably in the world of currency trading or FX trading. Swap is the interest paid at the time of rollover. Every day the currency market sort of rolls over. At about 5 p.m., I was being really careful this time, Nate, to draw slowly.
Maybe it's because you're zoomed in.
Yeah, maybe it was because I zoomed in. I got to wait till that thing disappears. At about 5 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, your FX dealer will roll your trades over. You will not probably see anything different about them, but you've carried a trade from one day into the next. Sometimes this is also referred to as carry, as in the carry trade, or you've carried a trade from one day into the next. All right, so what is this? Inside of your platform, when you take a trade, and we'll view the terminal window inside of MetaTrader here. One of the items that you're going to see in your terminal window, on the right side, inside the terminal window, part of your open trade is swap. Swap is the interest that you either earn or the interest that you pay for holding on to a trade overnight. Generally, you will not earn or pay anything if you do not hold that trade through 5 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, or whatever time your broker uses. But some dealers will charge or pay interest on a minute-by-minute basis. Check with your Forex dealer to find more information about that. Why do they do that? Well, in the big world of trading, every central bank around the world has an interest rate. And you could see this on the nightly news, especially the business news. Central banks set base interest rates. So a central bank in Australia might have a 6% interest rate. A central bank in Japan, the Bank of Japan, might have a 0.25 interest rate. Nate, no, this is obvious, but which number is higher?
6.
The 6 is higher. So this is Australia. This is Japan. So if you're playing along at home, let me ask a question. I'll ask it to Nate, and you can take a moment to answer. If you buy the Australian dollar / Japanese yen, and you hold it overnight, will you earn interest or pay it?
You're going to earn it.
You're going to earn it because the Australian interest rate is higher. Now, the reason this exists is a mystery to almost everyone, and it's been forgotten. But in the old days, you were holding on to something overnight in your bank account, and you'd get paid interest on your holdings just like you would. And on an annualized basis, you'd get paid a little bit of interest to holding on to a high interest pair against a low interest pair. If you're holding a high interest pair against a high interest pair, you might even get charged a little bit of interest. If you sell the Australian dollar Japanese yen, you're short the Australian dollar and you're buying Japanese yen. In that case, you're going to pay interest if you hold that trade overnight. For simple calculations on swaps, you can go to FX swap. Oh, it's not doing anything. You can type into Google. I'll just write it down here for you. You can type in FX swap and I have to write slowly so it doesn't move the monitor. FX swap calculator. And a series of websites will come up and you can say, oh, I'm buying the US dollar Japanese yen, or I'm selling the British pound US dollar. And you can type in your trade size.
Okay, I found this on the web.
Siri thought I was talking to... Did you hear that? Siri was just answering nothing that I asked her. It's pretty funny. If you Google that, you can find calculators that will show you the overnight rate that you get paid or charged. Generally, this is a small amount of money and does not mean a lot or factor in to your trading unless you're holding on to something for a very, very long time. I want to thank Forest Park FX, our sponsor. If you're interested in FX trading, contact Forest Park FX to open an account and get paid cashback rebates on every trade you place. Go to forestparkfx.com. Forex trading carries significant risk of loss. Terms and conditions will apply. We'll see you in the next one.